Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 18th of July, 2025. This is Flosstube, looks like 284. Good morning, Jonathan. Hello, Rebecca. I hope y'all had a great week. We have had a busy week. We had the rest of the funerals. We got Papa situated, and it was very nice. A guy I went to school with did the service. He did an amazing job. We had a good turnout. It wasn't, oh no, there we go. I'm not playing with my pen. It wasn't too boiling hot until we got done. By the time we were finished, it was pretty hot out there. They were all gonna go eat. And there were numerous people, please do not get me wrong. Our community is so sweet, and tons of people offered to bring food and bring meals and all this, but by the end of a whole week, sometimes you're just like done socially, you just had all you could take. And so they decided to go eat somewhere, and I asked if Dusk could come here with me and Catch, because I was picking up Catch, and so they could just play, because he has, like I said, he's going into kindergarten this year. And his birthday's wrong, so he had to wait, another year to start, which for boys is, I always think, a good thing. My thing is not syncing. Resume syncing, resume syncing. Hopefully it will keep syncing. But we came and they played on the four-wheeler, and they dug pits, and they played in the mud, and they played in their sand, and they had bubbles, and they played with their cars. I mean, just everything. They fished in the pool, everything they could think of to do. Well, now everything's just really syncing up. Everything they could think of to do, they just, they did. They played and played and played. And then when Bay picked up Catch, she took Dusk home too, so that Shadow and them didn't have to get out again. And he was just the sweetest thing, played, and I mean, he has been so good. A week is a long time to have to be in the grown-up world and do grown-up things and all this. And so we got ready to go. We were telling Daddy bye, and Daddy was talking to the funeral director, Gail. And I've known Gail since I went to work at Patty's. So since I was in high school, I've known Gail. And Daddy, of course, knew him prior to that. So they're talking, and we say, excuse us, interrupt for a minute, and to tell Daddy bye. And Dusk turns and looks at Gail, the funeral director, and just out of the blue says, "Thank you for taking care of my pawpaw." Y'all, I hadn't cried all week. I done real good. But I'm gonna tell you right then, I was biting the side of my lip. I'm pretty sure I have about 3 piercings over there where I bit all the way through to try to keep from bawling, that sweet boy. But it was a nice week. It was nice to see people, you don't see very often. And so it was great. I worked some at the atelier. When I went to see Mama this week, Shell was there, my sister's youngest. So she and I got to have another nice visit, and I always think that kind of takes some of the pressure off Mama. If there's a couple of us there, if I'm there with the kids or whatever, she doesn't feel like she has to be listening to give an answer, right? She can just be listening and enjoying, because there's that, that's the reason they told us she got away with having Alzheimer's for so long, because she is kind of wily and realized she didn't know things. And so she would not answer, or, give a vague answer or things like this. So I think it is nice for her when there's several of us there and we're just visiting, for her not to have to really put a lot of listening power and thinking power and afraid she's going to get caught. So she will comment, she'll throw a comment out every now and again, and it would, a lot of times not be real on point, but she felt like she was, you know, in on the combo, which I loved. I did get some posts up this week of some of my patriotic finishes. Not this one. Oh, he's over there. And I'll try to do another one of this drum. Somebody asked about this one. It is the Patriotic Barns. Now this is the difference between my finishing and Anne's finishing. So if you saw the reel this week, I'll do a quick little reel on this one because here's daylight and dark. But I will do another reel on it because that was nice to be able to see it real slow and like that. This one is hand finished. I didn't do it on the machine. And so it has the little top on. Of course, Anne's was absolute perfection. Hey, Anne. I didn't get your package in the mail this week. I haven't forgot you though. I'm the queen of trying to get things done and not making it. But I love a drum. And these Waxing Moon trios pushed together are fabulous. I put a little bit of fuzzy on the sheep right there. I mean, these are magnificent pieces. I did Where Liberty Dwells. And then this one, somebody asked if I did is Uncle Sam. I have the little hat. Maybe I'll try to put a couple of the drums together. Am I getting it? My finger right there. That is a Blackbird Designs. It's called Hats Off to Uncle Sam, I think. And I have the little hat, but it's over there by the fireplace. So this one is by Heartstring Samplery, Where Liberty Dwells. This one I want to say is with a needle and thread. I may not be 100% about that one. I'm not sure. That is Holiday Hoopla Halloween. No, Holiday Hoopla 4th of July. My gosh, Halloween. I've done the Halloween also. These stockings are all the Blackbird stockings, the monthly stockings. I just changed the colors. Most of them are done with the sulky thread. On this one, you can see I underlined my initials on there. And I think I put the year right there. I love these. Some of these are hand finished and some of these I did on the machine. Let's see if I can tell. Sometimes I can't. But you can do these, you can FFO these by hand or on a machine. I have done them both ways. If I can find one I can tell. I do have a tutorial on it too, on how I did it, because I am a chicken and I am afraid. I think this one is done on the machine, but they are super easy. And if I can do it, I'm gonna tell you, y'all know anybody can, okay? I do have a piece of white fabric that I stitch in there, and I talk about that on the tutorial because it just gives it a better like background kind of. But there, and again, there's just some more sulky threads that I pulled and just changed the colors in so that they're patriotic colors because I wanted a little patriotic tree. That is Language of Liberty. Let me see if I can lift y'all up without making you sick. Language of Liberty is up there. That is Hands-On Design. Somebody also said they didn't think they could FFO that. I promise you, Kathy gives the best tutorials. She and, well, Vanna gives great tutorials. I don't know if Vanna has done a banner. I bet she has. I just followed Kathy's because it was for this one and I was able to finish it and it went just like that. So trust me on this. If I say I can, if I did it, anybody can do it because my brain goes 8,000 directions at one time And if you're like, if you have the good brain like Patty and Ann, if you got that good brain and you can stay on task till the end of the next task easily, then yes, you can do these things in your sleep. I have to reel myself in because I want to jump to the next step. I want to get up in the middle of it and go do something else. I want to do all the things. Oh no, I forgot something. Hold on. Hold please, I forgot I have an FFO. Hold please. Ta-da-da-da-da-da. I left it over here because I was looking at it. I'll wear my hats off to Uncle Sam on here. It was sitting there, my hat's off to Uncle Sam, so there you go. I completely forgot this. And I'm so excited about it. Now I have to retake my cover picture, I think. Oh man. Now decisions. This is the Hats Off to Uncle Sam little box that tells you how to make it. And the thing with the chart, and now I don't open mine up enough so it gets stuck together. There we go. So it's just a little piece of wood or cardboard. I just grabbed a piece of wood and the lid and turned upside down. And on the directions, and Barb told you how to do it perfect. But that little design goes with it and is in the inside. But yes, before I get started anything else, I really forgot to show you my FFO. Because one day I spent doing sad things like this. And I'm sure this is not the perfect, correct way to do these, but trying to get my lacing done. That was not finished. That was about halfway through. See, I still had to do all these part and this part here. So, but without further ado, look, I love, love, love it. I bought this frame at Hobby Lobby. It is, there's the frame right there. It was on sale for half price. And it fits perfect. Now what I love, if it was tied up against there, I sure would, but I could not find one that was that size. So this one is perfect for me. I love how it finished. It is such a gorgeous piece that Christy designed. And I intended to have it worked into this display, but I had it in the living room so I can see it every day. So I think I did it on Tuesday. And I have just been wanting to keep staring at it and staring at it. I love it. And I just realized that I didn't put my initials or the year on here anywhere. See, this is what happens. This is my brain. So I'll have to make, I think I wrote it on the back of the board that it's laced onto, but I stinking love it. It is by Americana. That is Americana Confetti Stars is the fabric by Fabric Flair. The design is We the People by Salty Stitcher Christy. Hey Christy, who has numerous new great designs out right now. I'm about to start another one. As a matter of fact, I've got two I'm about to start. I thought I had, here it is. So you can know if you're looking for it. If y'all could see the mess I have here. Send help. It is in PDF or a hard copy. I think it's through Hoffman, so most of your LNSs can get it. Keepsakes I know has it. 123 Stitch, I think I've seen it on there. So your LNS should be able to get it, or you can go directly to Christy's sites and get a PDF. She also gives options. This is ADA friendly. She gives options for over one. This one in the cover is over one. Patty did the over one in here. I did the back stitch on mine. She gives both options in here, so you don't have to go back and download a different one. Both are in your pattern. I changed and did my words blue and all on the red and white stripes just because I wanted to see like my whole flag more. It's charted so that it's like a you know, like a banner. It's like a plaque with the people on here. And I just chose to work my We the People into the flag. But like I said, I had planned on having it on display kind of up there somewhere, but I was loving looking at it so much I nearly forgot it. Y'all know me, so that is my FFO this week, which I nearly forgot to put on here. So like I said, that was my Tuesday. A lot of my stitching time Tuesday was lacing We the People. And yes, a lot of times I do glue on smaller projects and stuff. I use Aleene's Tacky Glue, but on anything round or oval, I'm gonna lace it. I'm not gonna try to pull it tight enough and keep it straight in there, because that's the thing with lacing. So in the picture you can see I did all the way around first, right? So I did my gather and stitch. Get over there. I did my gather and stitch all the way around. And then I did side to side this way. And that way I could make sure, I could keep measuring and make sure I was centered top to top, bottom to top, you know, top to top of my fabric and bottom of my design to the bottom of my fabric on the oval. And the same thing on the sides. So when I knew I was centered, then I could start, you know, crossing to pull it tighter in every which way. But one this big was, this was the biggest round that I've ever gathered. And that was kind of it was a thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was a whole thing. But I got it done and I loved it so much. And so I've had it in there in the living room where I can see it all the time. So it nearly got forgot. And that would have, dot for dot, as Keena used to say, it nearly dot for dot. So here, well, you can see I've had it sitting in here like that. And then here were, oh man, where'd they go? The two fishermen when they were fishing in the pool the other day and building wild, crazy things with their Legos. All kinds of wheels and motors and just all the things. So fun. So yes, we had all the great fun this week. So that was my big FFO, okay? That was my big FFO. And like I said, I nearly forgot to, that I had a big FFO and I was so excited about it. Okay, then I had a big finish. And I told y'all I had, wanted to get my, and I thought I brought, maybe I didn't bring my cross stitch book in here. I really thought I did, my cross stitch keeper kind of a booky thing. I really thought it made it in here somewhere. Here it is, because I went back and looked. I've been trying to stay on task in here, and I told y'all that I had my goals at the bottom, right? And so look, I got 3 done already. My Santa's Night tree, it's in here, but I don't think it got a stitch in it this week. So I've got 3 of my 4 goals for this month done. So that that's exciting. I didn't remember to write every day in here, which is horrible, but my fabulous Carnival Cat Knockdown by Rebel Stitcher. I love it. I saw it at StitcherCon, not this year, but last year, and fell in love with it. I just couldn't wait. Then I started stitching on it. The fabric kind of gave me some grief because it's that 7 count Flosstube, and it was very hard for me to stitch on. I used this yarn bee, Fur of the Moment Black, and then just some pearl cottons. They're not the ones it called for. They didn't have them at Hobby Lobby when I ran in there. And did I remember to get them when I was at Keepsakes? Of course I did not. Or even check. No, I did not. So then I just had to grab them when I had to run in the Hobby Lobby. So without further ado, he's so funny because he looks real fuzzy. And I do think I have a gap here after looking. And he's gonna have to probably be more blocked like a needlepoint piece than anything. But I came out one here and I wasn't supposed, or I did not go out far enough. So you can see on this side he's flat, and I did not notice it till just now. I just thought it was the fur, but I need to carry this up here. See, I'm missing a little row right there that I did not realize. But I got my initials on there, and the year is right up there under his tail, 2025. He is the cutest, and I am crazy about it. And the fur just always goes, I mean, it kind of goes witchetty crazy ways. But so yeah, I missed some there, and here is just the way the different fur is turning. So it makes him look all shaped so funny, but he's super soft, and I am in love with him. Why this is looking like this here, there we go. So yes, I need to, right after we film, I'll put this in here so that I don't forget. But he's so cute, and I am so in love with him. And my eyes watering like a maniac. So I just can't wait to get him FFO'd and have him on display this Halloween, because he makes my heart happy. You can see his little squinty eyeballs and his scary little teeth, his fun little bow tie, his little tail, and his legs are in there. It's just so fuzzy, you can't tell that it's there. See, there are big gaps in there, but it does not show because he's so fluffy. He's so fluffy, you can't tell. Now, I am going to immediately start. So thank you, Rebel Stitcher, for these adorable designs. I love them. I'm immediately gonna start the owl here. I think it's just, yeah, Vintage Carnival Knockdown owl that I love. I'm not sure if I think I may do it huge also, like this. But I will, I'm thinking I may use this for the brown part, and then just use these colors for this. But I do have the other piece of 7-count plastron to work this on, but I also have this in my stash that I did like forever ago when I was playing with dyeing some fabric one day. So if I use this 14 count over 2, that will work, except I will have to, I don't think I can get this through here. So, decisions. I can do over 2 on here for the same count, for the same 7 count, but I don't believe I can get this through here. I can try it while we're sitting here talking, as a matter of fact. I just think I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get it through the holes on the 14 count. So, but while we're sitting here talking, we can just make a little go of it and see what happens. I'm so happy to be here. Let's see. While we're talking, let's just see what happens here. Yeah, see, this needle won't even go through without making a big, well, I guess I did. But do I want to work this hard at it? Probably not. But if we pull this through, you can see it's going to make a fabulous little X. So it did pull on through there, and it does give great coverage. So food for thought. Do I want to torture myself? Which, you know, we all know the answer to that probably is yes, because, you know, it's me and queen of bad decisions. But it is, these are the cutest designs. And if you don't want something huge, she does show and give you, Rebel Stitcher gives you the, see, the small one is on 14 count. So that tells you the difference, you know, in a 14 count and a 7 count on each one. So that's 14 count over 1, and this is a 7 count over 1. If I did a 14 over 2, that's the same count. But like I said, do I want to work on it that hard? I don't know if I do or not. I really don't know. So we shall see though. But I have, I really enjoyed. Let's chop that off before I make a bigger mess for myself. There we go. That we don't have to try to put that whole big ball of yarn inside this bag. But I was so happy to have it finished. And then I'll have to look at getting it, decide how I'm gonna FFO it, because it is so cute. I thought about making it into big giant pillow covers for my sofa pillows, doing them both big giant like this. So that may happen also. But I am crazy in love with this. Crazy in love with it. So we'll see what I decide to do. I may try to retake my cover photo. So I'm gonna maybe try to leave you right there like that. Okay, oh, this is blowing everything around in here. So I guess the fan's on really high. James Williams must have been sitting in here, making my nose pour. Okay. Now, who else? Okay, we're gonna talk about my Frankie's Brad. I got Frankie's Brad out. I got everything all gathered up, all kitted up last week for my pretty lady. It's by Meridian Designs. Somebody asked about it, and I will double check. I can't remember who it was. Peaches. I'm gonna call Garon and Meridian and email Meridian Designs and see if they think this is going to be released and not just being exclusive, because I'm not sure. And Kendra, I'm sending all love. I hope your darling husband is healing up as best he can. James Williams is doing pretty good. He started his physical therapy this week. Good luck, ladies. We have to deal with him. He usually minds in there fairly decent. Fairly decent. But I got all my stuff together, and then I am not liking how this white stitches are looking on here. I used my white floss because I don't like my white thread on anything, right? And let the floss, because I don't like the two threads, because you can see when they don't lay smooth. I don't like sulky white. It's round, and so it never lays smooth to me, for me. Now, other people may have different experiences with it, but white sulky for me doesn't lay good either. I need something that flats out. I want it to flat out and not be so highlighted and so recessed. So I'm not happy with this. So I started on her hair and I stopped because I'm not liking how my white thread is looking on there at all. And yes, if it was just her hair, I would probably just soldier on and keep on going. It is not her hair. She has a whole white dress on, kids. And I'm not about to be aggravated the entire time. I wanted to do her on 32 so I could do her face over 1. And she'd have that beautiful glass skin look. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's either going to have to change to 36. I'm either going to have to change to 36 count fabric, or I'm going to have to rethink my white thread. I don't know. It's not working for me though, at all. So, although I love the fabric and she would be perfect on here, I'm not liking the way my white stitches are looking on this fabric. So, and this is the hair right here is what I stitched on this side, right? No, this side, right here. Yeah. Why when I turn it is that confusing to me? But I'm not loving it. And I talked to Patty about it this week, and she was like, if you're not loving it now, and you're 20 stitches into the white, 30, 25 maybe, when you start down on this dress, you're really gonna be on struggle bus. And so, that's true. That's real true. So, rethinking Frankie's Bride this week. So that made me like a little bit wah-wah, because I was so excited about starting her. And I am still excited. I'm just not excited about her white thread on this fabric. So, rethinking. And I've got some in my cart I need to check out from, I think I saw it at Fabric Flare, that I thought would work. So I need to get on with that. But yeah, that was kind of a this week. Okay, Day of Jubilee, where are you at? Out there. Okay, here you are. Okay. This is my Day of Jubilee by Silver Creek Samplers. She's gorgeous. I love her. Like I said, I am gonna bring her dress down so that you can just see her feet. I don't like her bendy leg. Her leg is not, her leg's freaking me out. That's a personal hang up for me. Nothing wrong with the design. It's my problem, not hers. And we all know I'm a weirdo. And why my little needle is not in the needle book where it should be. Another question. I've worked on her a couple of times a little bit this week. And I got her head done. I don't like the way her eye's looking. I'm probably gonna change her eyeball up. It looked too meh with just the cross. So then I went all the way around the cross. I should have done it different. I should have half crossed the back side of the cross in the other direction, if that makes any sense. It's perfectly clear in my brain, I can see it. And it would have made me happier, but let's see here. So here is, let me see if I can try to make this clear. So here is the X for her eyeball, right? Here we have X. X for eyeball, right there. I should have come in here and gone like this on top of the X. I did not. And now it looks like she's possessed. Remember on the X-Files, when toward the end, the alien stuff would get in them, their eyeballs turn all black? There you go. This is what she looks like to me. This is all I can think about. So, her eyeball's gonna have to have a little bit of reworking. It's not making me happy. But I got her sleeve finished, and it's not coming through true color-wise at all. I don't know why. I got the front of her shirt done. I got her hair wrap on, her hair and her face. I mean, so I feel like I made decent progress this week on her. Harriet's just a beauty, and I want to I want her to look beautiful. I don't want her to look like she's possessed. So I'm gonna have to refix her little eyeball some. But the colors, I think these are Roxy Flosstube. Forbidden Fibers. And they are beautiful. Patty kitted it up for both of us to start on Juneteenth. It was our Juneteenth start. And gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I want her to look as gorgeous as she can. So I'm probably just obsessing over nothing, which is my want. I will try to probably make myself leave it alone for a little bit and get on down the road and then go back and work on it. This week, I hope to finish this down to here on her jacket and her arm, right here. So if I could get this arm done and the rest of her jacket down to her belt, that would make me real happy. It is on a piece of Tan Dyed Effect. Tan Dyed Effect by Fabric Flair. I believe it's 36 count. Yes, which I need to write on here that it's 36 count, but she's a beauty. And I cannot wait to have her all finished and up with my patriotic happiness. I love, love, love her. So she got a decent amount of attention this week. And then I think this guy is, I don't know, maybe I'd started it last week. I'm not sure. Nope, this was a new start. Well, there you go. New start. New start. FFO. Finish. Okay. Let me put this guy back up like he's supposed to be, so I can try to keep my life right to some degree. So happy to be here. Well, we'll just set you here for now. All right. I don't think I got any stitches in on my Santa's Night Tree, but I have it listed here. So I'm just gonna flash it up because I think it's a lie. I don't think I did any stitches on Santa's Night Tree this week. It is my 4th goal for the month to get it finished. So since I'm just a little bit past halfway, that should be easily attainable. It was from Jingle Ball, year before last. And I always get some good starts and things at Jingle Ball and get good patterns. I don't, however, always be very disciplined about getting them finished at all. So, yet. Patty's, I think, is completely finished. I think she FFO'd hers. Mine, I did several pieces last year that from my Jingle Ball that are finished stitching, but not FFO'd. So, Then my other new start, well, that was loud. Really loud. And then Beth commented, and yes, Beth, I did not realize this either. So yes, these are, and I think they're exclusive at Shepherd's Bush to FFO the pin cushion and the scissor fob. So they have all the little foo-foo in there to finish them up. And I think they have them for like every bag. So that's great that you can get that and get it going and get on down the road. What is this one? I've got lots of little, oh, that's for the flag bag. I've got 3 or 4 little things of floss in here. This is the July by, there we go. This is July by Shepherd's Bush. When I finished, I finished my flag bag and tag and pin cushion last week. The little pin cushion, flag bag pin cushion, not the flag bag. And then I started on this one. This will be part of my 13 for the 250th. So I do have it on here with the Disorderly Stitcher and Stitcher with the Laughing Face, Nancy and Nancy. Hello, Nancy's. This is their Sal 13 for the 250th. And so I've started my July on here. So it has 13 stripes. So they made the little principle so that you can kind of keep up with what you're wanting. So this is my third one. My Day of Jubilee is my big one down here. So it's my big one. So it's gonna be down at the bottom. So if I could get 12 smalls and then have this guy, have her be my big one, that would make me really happy. Now, if I get more than 13 done, that's great too. That's even more great. But I started on it, and it probably has the needle sticking in it because, it's me. One day I'm gonna be a very disciplined person. And I mean, Patty makes me these and Heidi gave me one and I use them. But then if I'm tired at night and stitching and then I get ready to go to sleep, then I just stick it in the fabric and put it in the bag. But I've got a pretty decent start on this one. I just got to do words. And then Mary Ann, thank you for the reminder to put 1776 through 2026 on here. Not to put 2025, because then I would be crying. Absolutely. So I think I have all the red stripes in my flag. None of the white stripes are in yet. So I've got my flag and the roses and the vine down the flagpole and the red stripes. So I need white stripes. I hope y'all can see both of that. White stripes and then my words in here. The button, if you want the button, is at Shepherd's Bush. That's where I'm gonna put 1776 to 2026 on there. In that little space where the button is. I don't think I will try to put the 4th. I could, in theory, scooch it over and probably put in the 4th, but I think I'm just gonna do July 1776 to 2026 in that little space right there. I don't think I'm gonna try to squeeze the 4th in anywhere. I mean, in theory, I could put like 4th right there and then July. But I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably just gonna be happy leaving it with July 1776 to 2026 on there. Aria has dance camp this week. I'm sounding hoarse. It made me think Aria is very hoarse right now. She is got junk. And the little friends down the street evidently had it too, so they've all shared it around. So that is my flag, will be my third for the 13th. So if I get 2 a month, so I gave myself 2 a month, and then if I get behind, that gives me catch-up time, right? That also gives me time to get them FFO'd. So that's the other thing. I want to have them fully finished for next year. So I did not want to overcrowd my stitching schedule and then not get them FFO'd either, and then I would be sad. So I have plans. This is on a piece of dirty linen that came with this pin cushion. This piece of fabric came with that, and I have just used it because I don't need big giant borders on them, so it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to have big giant borders for that. It's not being framed. If it was gonna be framed, you know, that'd be different, but it's not being framed like that, so it's okay. I did have a piece of fabric in here though if I needed it. So that will probably just move on to something else. One of y'all said y'all had already started the Baltimore salt box, which is so beautiful. I'm hoping I get it going and get it finished before next year. Also, let's see, what else? Okay, then this is, I'm going to start segueing into some fall stitching. We're here in the middle of July. If I start now, I should be able to get a few things finished for display in fall. So one of the things that I have had on my absolute, I just fell over when I saw this book. I bought it at Stitch West when Kathy was the teacher in the spring, no, fall, no, spring, no. Spring, Stitch West Spring. And I bought it from her at her booth there. I loved everything in it. It has, let me see how many it tells me. I'll show some of these off because in the note sheet, it has, I think about 8 things in here. So the one that I am, how am I gonna show this? Okay, you see this little jobber right here, this little scissor fob. It is a kind of a finish that is a, let me see, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna cover this up, y'all. Hey, here we go. Okay, we're gonna use our pins and we're just gonna cover it up with a piece of fabric. Oh man, I love when something works. And then the bottom side of it, you bring around and close like that. And there's the little directions and there's the little bottom picks. So there's the top and there's the bottom. This is on my, absolutely have to do this because I have not done a finish like that. And although I'm not a great finisher, I love finishing things. There are needle rolls in here. There are little pouches, just such cute things. So there are those little pouches. There are these little ribbons to put around little pillows. There's the scissor fob. There's a needle roll. There's this. And then there is a stack of little pumpkins like this. Was the other thing I fell in love with, was the stack of little pumpkins. So that is on my thing to get started. And then this book is Teresa's Hello Autumn. And it has 8 designs in it. Y'all know this red barn just trips my triggers, but these 2 here have got to happen. And I think I'm gonna finish them like the little stuffed animals, like the animal crackers, but I'm not gonna put the little, I'm not gonna put the bittersweet around them. See, that is Harvest Ted and Harvest Tina. and they're in this Teresa Kogut book. And I love the little plaid clothes, the little pumpkin heads. Really just work for me. I love me some pumpkins. I love Halloween. And so I'm gonna finish them and not put the bittersweet around them. And then do them like just the little dolls, like the animal crackers. Which, Franny, are you stitching couture? Franny, is that yours, Fanny? Is that what yours is, stitching couture? Fanny's from France, and she's amazing and so sweet. And she just finished, I think a second or a third, maybe, animal crackers. They're so cute. I think Anne's fixing to do some animal crackers. They're just the cutest thing, those by Stacy Nash. And so I'm gonna do Ted and Tina as little toys like that. And then they can just sit in my little bin of Halloween goodness. Now, shares from last week are buried here somewhere. I have them where I can get to them real easy. Here we go. Okay. All right. Bunny goes to Carol Thorne 4878. So subscribe, like the video, and then use the keyword in the comments if you're interested in shares. Sheep goes to Elaine Konitzer 1851. Elaine Konitzer 1851. One more stitch. Richard Allen 1391. Richard Allen 1391. And then Ethel's Winter Tart Tins goes to Heather Ellis 13. Aren't those cute? Hey Heather, I hope y'all are doing good. I love that. And her LNS is Dreamus. It's her LNS. So Patty knows Ethel. So I love that. So this week's shares, I have put here somewhere. We are doing, it's bees. It's a week of bees. We have Humble Honey. By Hands On Design. So cute. Use the word honey. So adorable. We have Buzzy String by Lizzie Kate. Use the word buzz, B-U-Z-Z. Use the word buzz if you're interested in this one. We have Heartstring Sampleries, Queen Bee. Hang on, I'm gonna hold it up. I'm trying to write so I'm not like a complete psycho. Right, thank y'all for not laughing out loud, for laughing. Thank you for laughing quietly. The Queen Bee Pincushion. So, so cute. So use the word queen. And then this one is a Lizzie Kate. And the name of it is Summer Smalls. But just use the word bee. B-E-E, because it has a little bee right there in it. It's like a really old one. So if you're interested in those, use the keywords. Please subscribe and like the video. Was there anything else this week? I did shares. Yeah, we're back to being normal again. So we're doing share time again. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm completely forgetting something. I have on my bathing suit under here. Susu is coming over with her grandbabies, and then Catchy will be here about lunchtime, and we're all going to swim this afternoon and have fun. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to jump off here and get this uploaded, and I hope y'all have a happy weekend and a great weekend. Happy Friday and a great weekend, and enjoy your stitches. Bye.